gets into it.
So what's the excitement level for starting up and?
Great, yeah, great energy as you would expect. First day, these guys have worked their tails off all summer and waiting to play some football. I mean, they've done it in the summer as well, but it was good. I thought they played really fast. It wasn't perfect, obviously, but not what you would expect on the first day.
What's the process like of when you come to a new place of getting everything inside? How long a process is that in terms of getting guys up to speed on what you want to do and then
it's a lot because you're just getting to know your guys. By name and then by where they're from and what they're all about, and that's an ongoing process. And then they're getting to know you, and then just any cultural differences. How we do things. They're much better now than they were in the spring in terms of how we do things. And then learning the system. This is now their third time learning it. We did it in the spring and then during summer and then fall, so they're getting more adept at the system, which makes their playing faster. But you also have the young and the new guys coming in that they're learning it for the first time. So you have all those dynamics going, and then you add the energy level and excitement to get out here, and it's fun, but there's definitely stuff to clean up.
From your previous experience at Sacramento State, how long does it normally take a team to kind of fully grasp kind of what you're doing in training camp?
Yeah, I mean, every team's been a little bit different, some faster than others. It definitely can happen in the first year, but there's big steps that you got to make just because, at first you're really thinking through things, logically what I'm supposed to do, and then, the second time maybe you're getting a good feel for it, and then hopefully the third and fourth time you're playing without thinking, which is what we want to get to, where you're just it's mindless. There's no thought, you're just reacting, and it's trained instinct. We're a little ways away from that, but we're getting closer.
What are the main kind of points of emphasis as a whole that you have with the team at this stage, beginning of training camp? What are you just trying to do in terms of laying the groundwork foundation?
Yeah, well, I mean, the good thing is we got, as you saw, we have more depth. So, in the spring we were playing with one running back, 7 offensive linemen, so we were just trying to find a way to get reps with a limited amount. Now we have more personnel, which is good. So we're getting more reps, we're getting a look at guys. It doesn't really change, just execution, mentality, and inevitably I hope you build confidence. Confidence in the system and their teammates, and then inevitably themselves, and that's when you can be really good, when you got that legitimate confidence. So we're getting better each day.
Health-wise, just talk about the running back group. Looked like EJ was out there, Cage is out there. Just talk about where is that group health-wise, and just it looks a lot better than where it was a year ago.
Right. Well, in spring, I mean, we have times we had one guy in spring. Ganaj Washington has taken every rep. God bless him. Now we got 7 guys and some new faces, a couple freshmen, a transfer, and they did a good job. I mean, Ryan Butler just arrived here, and to be able to get out and know what to do and compete, that's a lot of offense. And the same thing with the 2 freshmen. They did a good job, Champ and Cedric. So all 3 of those guys are new guys, did a really good job.
How has EJ looked, and how is he physically?
Yeah, I would say in the spring it was kind of, he's very reluctant, which is totally to be understood with that injury. He looks much more confident. He's really playing hard. We saw at the end of spring, we saw some flashes of what everybody's so excited for. And I think just training and getting, a full summer of working with Coach Dietrich and his staff. I don't know if he's 100%, mentally, because I think you always go through that a little bit with that type of injury, but he's looking a lot better.
What can a guy like that do for an offense if he is healthy?
He's really versatile. He's really smart. He's competitive. At that position, we use him. That particular running back position, we'll put him out of the backfield. He'll be a route runner. He'll carry the ball. It's a really important position, and he's perfectly fit for that position.
Lots been said about your offensive philosophy. How would you describe your defensive philosophy?
Well, Coach April and his defensive staff, they're kind of an odd structured team that plays a lot of nickel, depending on the personnel. Do a lot of different things. It's a defense that you got to know your stuff. You got to know what you're looking for. Your keys are pre-snap and post-snap. It's not one of those defense where it's just easy to line up and you go. There's some thinking that goes on, but it's aggressive. They don't leave a lot of space and air and coverage. They're closing in a lot in the pass rush ability, with backers adding on, and they give you a lot of different looks.
What are some of the things that you like from what you saw from the offense today?
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard until I see the tape. I'm not trying to dodge it, but yeah, we completed some balls. We made some nice plays with balls on air and contested catches. I think for the most part, we knew what we were doing. You know, still a little sloppy, but first day pretty good.
Has there been any reaction to being picked 12th in the preseason Pac-12?
No, not really. Yeah, I mean, I think the last, I've been in that position before, and our guys have been in that position. I mean, it's part of the preseason process. Nobody's crowned a champion, so it's fun for people to predict and see. We can take it offensively, but we're here to win, and it doesn't change our mentality.
You obviously had Sacramento State turned around in your first year. Are there things you've seen from this first year already that you can see differences or similarities?
Yeah, I mean, every team's different. I'll say this: these guys are incredibly driven, focused. They give you everything that you ask for. Our off season is pretty challenging. Nobody complained; they just continued to work. We were 100% attendance the whole summer. And so these guys have been great. Just the drive and desire to be really good has been really impressive, and they learn fast as well.
Just talk about the offensive line. Seems that there's some, a lot of different possible combinations you could roll with there. Just how's that unit shaping up in your mind so far?
Yeah, so we had 7 guys in the spring, so we added some new guys, some freshmen, and you got to see what they can do. So with this freshman class, a lot of these guys, we saw them on video, but we never saw them in person. So we're getting a chance to see how they move around. We were excited about the freshmen, and then Alec Bank from Harvard is here, and getting a chance to see him move around. I'll see what it looks like on tape, but it's good to have bodies to be able to practice and get reps. I'm sure it was moving really fast for the young guys, but they hung in there pretty well.
Because there's not a whole lot of returning starters, is there more expectations on those guys or more opportunities?
I think absolutely. When you don't, when you don't have a lot of returning starters, it's opportunity, right? And these guys are good players. They just got to get the chance. They're getting tons of reps. They'll be different guys, in practice 24 than they were practice 1, and hopefully tomorrow. And but it's a great opportunity for really everybody on the team.
How are you handling the reps at quarterback at this point?
Early on, they were split pretty evenly with Justin, Ari, and Ashton, and then Miles, our freshman, got some reps as well. And so we'll do that for probably this first week, and then we'll go from there.
Just talk about Lamson, just kind of what he's brought. I guess both him and Jackson, 2 new guys you didn't have in the spring. Just what have they brought to the program? Yeah.
I would say Justin is a guy he's a tough kid, very competitive, accurate, really important to him. And Miles, his ball comes out really nice, great anticipation, sees the field really well. The kind of things that a lot of that you can't teach. And so just having that depth again and competition is really good for the room.
We have time for one more.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.